Lanning S. Group, Los Angeles, California. Great loving hearts of America. Today it is my privilege to draw your attention to activities near at hand, in which you are a very important part. As you have been informed, on the 7th of April there will come a great cosmic onrush of light into the earth. Today I come to you to give assistance, for while you are hearing my words, my light shall go forth into the mental and feeling world of mankind, to prepare all everywhere for the onrush of this great cosmic light. You may see some manifestation of it or you may not, depending upon the wisdom of the great cosmic beings who are sending it forth, but there will be those of the I Am students who will feel the great exhilaration, the great uplift that day. Those who do feel it, and even those who do not, will you qualify that eternally sustained in all activity of your life henceforth? You see, beloved ones, it is not only a momentary achievement. In your conscious feeling and ability, every step, every achievement acquired, you can 110. Qualify to be eternally sustained and powerfully active forever, in your life, your mind, body, home, world, or in whatever it is for which you require that activity. This is such a definite, such a powerful activity into which you have entered. This great stream of life into which you have entered, may I remind you again, is self-luminous, intelligent substance. Try to get the fullness of this idea. Notice feel within your being that you are constantly, through your acceptance of the presence, absorbing into the atomic structure of your body this self-luminous, intelligent substance. Do you not see, precious ones, that you must have perfect health? You must have energy without limit to send you forth like a rocket into any achievement in any direction for perfection. I assure you, precious ones, we are entering into a dynamic activity, not as you know it, but in the calm intensity of your feeling world, we are entering into the activity of your freedom. It shall become manifest in your mind, body, home, world, and affairs. You are not wavering any longer, you know. Now, you straighten your spines and stand firm in the acceptance of your presence. Remember again, dear ones, your determination is the activity of the inner will of the mighty I Am presence. Be determined that America shall be free. Be determined that your application brings results. 112 Ascended Master Discourses. Immediately. Do not let your human or anyone else's qualify anything that you do or call for, with anything but instantaneous activity. Then as you gain the momentum, you will find more and more there will come, just like rhythmic tapping, the steady acquirement of the full power in your application for any achievement. You are no longer children. You are gods of light in the acknowledgement of your presence. As you dissolve the cause and hold the rest of your human self that still remains, in abeyance, then your mighty I Am presence becomes the only power acting. During your decrees, I stood here listening and rejoicing at the willingness of the children of God to stand for their home, America. When you speak those words, I am country, the land of the light of God that never fails, do you not realize that you have uttered the words which release the mightiest power in the universe to produce that very thing here in your America? How in the world can anything longer hold its sway of discord or deceit, when these mighty decrees are going forth now from nearly 200,000 children of light in America, calling with great intensity for her freedom? Notice the spirit with which the blessed students of the I Am all over America are entering into this with a joyous exhilaration, whose power, dear ones, to send forth these mighty decrees is doing a work that is inconceivable. Until you reach the state of the ascended masters, you cannot see the power and light which it is producing. No longer do the children of America have to give way before discordant forces, whether it be in your private life, whether it be in your home, whether it be in your city or government. Say to every discordant appearance, you have no power. Then it does not have any power to act in your world or in your country. When you issue these mighty decrees for the protection of your Supreme Court, it shall be protected. The great cosmic light shall sweep in on the 7th of April, bringing an added power that will silence all deceit concerning your government. That mighty light shall bring America into the power and glory which belongs to her. No human being or group of human beings has any power to longer charge the earth or its atmosphere with any deception or discord. Neither have they any power to interfere with or influence the mass of mankind, to do anything that will bring discredit upon beloved America. Listen closely. The call of the children of America for this light, for this protection, is the only thing that has been required throughout the centuries to release and cause the great cosmic light to come forth and give this protection. You will remember in one of the discourses I dictated, that I said, if 140 necessary, that light as of 10,000 suns shall sweep into the earth and bring relief and protection to America, and so it shall be done. No longer is mankind helpless before these forces which individuals have not understood. Today every I am student who is in earnest understands the forces which they have to deal with, and they are fearless before them. When they call this mighty light into action, the mighty activity of the I am presence, then the power of the universe has gone forth to do its perfect work for each one, individually, collectively, and for nations. Notice the difference, beloved ones, between the time when mankind did not know or accept its divine power, and now, when individuals have come to know this mighty presence, which beats every heart. Your call to it actually releases a universal power to go forth and do that which you desire to have done. It will continue to act, unless the individual through discordant feeling obstructs the way. You alone, through inharmony, are the only one who can obstruct your way, or prevent the response to the decree which you issue. Remember that, beloved ones. The whole responsibility is in your feeling world. When you issue a decree, hold your feeling calm, determined that it shall be answered quickly. Stand by it with your determination, and it cannot fail to produce results for you. Now the need today in America has been great. Yet see how great has been the power released for its protection and blessing. I wish, while I have the opportunity today, to bless this good brother, our beloved Mr. Zinke, who has made possible the broadcasting of this mighty truth so far. I shall hold his hand in blessing for that great kindness which he has done for America. Many, many people will be raised up to make these things possible, dear hearts, and their blessing shall know no bounds. Dear ones, there are those in America today who, once they understand this mighty truth, its simplicity and great reality, will be so ready to give assistance for the freedom of mankind in America. Watch it and please remember, dear ones, that no human, discordant thing has any longer any power to obstruct the way of the light of the mighty I Am presence. Anyone who tries it, is but just childish and foolish. While they will reap great unhappiness and misery through it, yet it has no power to obstruct anything in the way of the great onrush of this mighty light. Those unfortunate individuals who have viciously sought to intrude upon this great light are unfortunate indeed, it is very unfortunate for them. Those individuals who have sought to put forth vicious falsehood against this beloved messenger, God alone help them. I say to you, better had they never been. 1-6 Born in this embodiment, than to spread falsehood against him. Watch them. You or I could not wish anything upon them which will not be theirs. Unfortunate thing is that some of mankind cannot yet understand, that what they sow they must reap. Now in the understanding of the mighty I Am presence, the I Am students have all power to protect themselves. Whoever sends discord to the I Am students must feel its return to act upon the sender. It seems pitiful that they do not understand. It is the same way in America. I am drawing this picture for you that you may understand it is the same with individuals as it is with America today. Those who would practice deceit to bring in certain activities for the longer binding of America have no power. Those individuals must reap that which they would impose upon humanity. Do you not see the eternal blessing which has come to mankind in the understanding of their mighty I Am presence? Dear hearts, be assured you are not dealing with an uncertainty. You beloved students who have been in vain. No one's earnest efforts can ever be in vain in the acknowledgement of that mighty I Am presence. Today, beloved ones, be reassured. Go forward in your application of the mighty I Am presence. It cannot fail. And if it seems not to have produced results as quickly as you require, call the presence to cleanse your feeling world of every discordant thing which may be there preventing your application having instantaneous answer. My joy is boundless today to find before me you who have such great strength, and whose mighty light will blaze forth its glory and give whatever assistance is required to bring forth this great perfection in the world. Do not accept reports, I plead with you, dear ones, in the newspapers or otherwise. Do not accept any report that is less than perfection which comes forth to your ears or your eyes. Every time a report of limitation, distress, or a disturbing thing comes, still yourself for an instant and say, Mighty I Am Presence, I refuse acceptance of that into my world or a miracle take it out. Stop it forever. And do not let it occur again. You precious ones, if you will do that individually as you become aware of these things, oh, how quickly will they cease to act in your minds, your city, or your country? Need I stress again to you today, how, when you issue these decrees, they go forth into the feeling and mental world of mankind, with a power far beyond. 118 Ascended Master Discourses. Your conception in the outer. Do not limit your call. Just feel and know it is going forth to the very limits of America and the universe to do its perfect work. The mental world of mankind is one. The feeling world of mankind is one. Do you not see how the human cannot have power to limit your activity? Dear hearts, from today forth, enter into the full feeling of the power of your mighty I Am Presence, to go forth at your call and do its perfect work. You physically do not do that, but your call does release the power of the Presence. It matters not whether your physical body is strong or so-called less strong. You blessed ladies, who represent the feeling world of the earth, do not ever feel that you are too frail to issue these decrees and have the most wonderful results. Beloved ones, may I say this to you today? We look into the atmosphere of Earth and see in the social world, which has been taught through habit to waste long hours in playing bridge and such various activities. Think, precious ones, what those hours spent calling forth the perfection of the Presence into their own world and America would mean. Is it not curious how mankind has sought through habit, OGOD? To kill time? Think of it. Think of the millions of times that expression has been used, oh, I want to just kill time. Precious ones, if you have ever uttered those words, please do not utter them again. Words are cups that carry the qualities which you express. When we focus the mighty rays of light and look upon the earth from our own octave of light, we have seen the great waste of time, human beings actually doing what their words express, killing time. It means that you are depriving yourself of the time allotted to you here on earth to produce perfection in your world. Today, dear ones, do not ever become weary of giving your attention to your presence, which can only produce perfection in your world. I have noticed several instances among the students of America today, since I came into the Earth's atmosphere this morning, about which I wish to warn you. I plead with you, do not let individuals who have fanatical inclinations and go off on a tangent affect you, dear ones. This good messenger had a letter recently wherein a lady was in distress and had become a fanatic through a discarnate, because she could not call forth the light as quickly as she wished, and she became distressed. Just because individuals who have been fanatical over all kinds of things in the past come into the I Am study, and those old creations are still hanging around them, there is no reason for blaming this glorious presence of light, the mighty I Am, for the reactions of their own mistakes of the past. 120 Ascended. Now, dear ones, when the blessed ones have understood the instructions given, there is no excuse for those things. It is no fault of the instruction of the I Am. It is the fault of the human who requalifies life's energy, or some discarnate disturbing them. Dear hearts, here is one word I wish to offer you today in regard to the dismissal of discarnates. When you issue a decree for the dismissal of a disembodied entity, do not let your feelings ever, even once again, feel that it has not been done. That is what is the matter with people who call for a discarnate to be removed. They feel it is still there. They may not know this in their outward feeling. For instance, at your call every discarnate will be removed from within and about you. Do you realize, precious ones, when you call the angels of blue lightning to take out of your world the discarnates, it is a law that has to act instantly, and it cannot fail to produce results. If the after effect still remains in the consciousness of the individual, then you who might see that, make the call to the presence, to take out of that consciousness any remaining feeling which might be there. Then you will give great assistance to the individual who may have had a reaction to it through habit in the feeling. Remember, in your application there is not one particle of it can fail, ever. While I am speaking to you, I am charging your feeling world with the activity which gives you the perfect confidence, the perfect assurance that when you make application, it must manifest. This is the power and certainty I want every one of you precious ones to feel, because there is no need of your going on longer when you can be free in one mighty sweep. Just as it is with this good messenger, the difference between his application 10 years ago and today, it is as different as light and darkness, because now he has gained the full confidence and power of conviction that when he issues a decree, it is done. It must be, because he does nothing to reverse it, and you must do the same thing. Many of you are. From today forth, the students in Southern California, and even those who are not here, are feeling this charge into their worlds, because our ability is not limited to those present. Oh, that you might understand, beloved ones, how limitless is the power of an ascended being or a cosmic being to act in the world of human affairs. There is no limit to the number of individuals one can reach. There is no limit to our power of assistance, according to the acceptance of the individual. Sometimes individuals who want so much to accept, still have a feeling within them that they 122 Ascended Master Discourses cannot quite do it. Again you have the unbalance, shall we call it, of the intellect and the feeling. The intellect says, I want to accept, but the feeling does not quite do it. Then say, Mighty I Am Presence, you take this resistance out of my feeling. Make it receptive to that which I want to express. Then do you see how simple is the complete regulation of your feeling world for that which you wish to have accomplished? Do not ever admit for 1 second that your application can fail. It cannot do it. Today I want to charge into your world the sure, certain, definite conviction and confidence that when you apply these great laws of your Mighty I Am Presence, there is no such thing as failure possible. It cannot be. Then you will find, as in one thing after another you gain the victory, shortly everything goes down which has limited you, and you stand forth a being of light and freedom, even in the physical world of mankind. May I call your attention today to that which you call physical? Do you know really there is no physical world, as you call it? I will explain to you why. The light within every cell of your body, which is the light pattern, is the limitless, Mighty I Am Presence. Therefore, dear hearts, that which you clothe those great points of light with, is of human creation and is that which the world, the outer world, has been calling the physical world. Now do you not see how, in the acceptance of your Mighty I Am Presence, you are accepting the light pattern of your physical body which has no imperfection in it? As your attention is kept on the presence, the light expands, and the human, the clothing or density with which you have clothed it, steadily and surely dissolves and disappears. It is a law of life. It is not a matter of someone's belief. It is a law of life, your life and all life. It is the same way with all life in nature. As individuals among mankind accept the Mighty I Am Presence, and call it into action to produce perfection in their lives and world, all nature must also take on the perfection which mankind has called forth. That is why you will find such great changes taking place in nature. There will be greater beauty and greater distribution of moisture throughout the earth, and balance all that kind of thing. It will be quite noticeable after the 7th of April. Now, dear ones, mankind has always sought some manifestation to prove the existence, the authority, if you please, of these great cosmic beings, the ascended masters, the great legion of light, and all those great beings who have ministered so long to the earth. Well, there are constant manifestations, but people do not accept them. They do not accept the reality of them, but instead, use every excuse. 124. To keep from acknowledging this mighty law of life, and when something occurs, say it just happened. Now for instance, when the messengers were in Dallas, a great manifestation of light occurred and dozens of people saw it, but the most of them said, well, I think that must have occurred from something outside. You see, humanity is held in its own ignorance because of the great doubts and fears which have accumulated in the mental and feeling world of mankind. Until humanity will take the determined stand to acknowledge this light of the Mighty I Am Presence, it will continue in the bondage of its own doubts and fears. You had better make a mistake a few times in accepting a thing as an inner activity and find it was of the outer activity, than once fail to acknowledge and receive an inner manifestation of the real. I do not mean you must be gullible, not at all, but unless you get into the habit of accepting these great cosmic manifestations and these great inner powers, how in the world will you have the manifestation of them? Your attention is the powerhouse in accepting these things. Your power of qualification is acting all the time, and if you do not begin to accept these greater activities, how can you have them manifest in your life? The power of acceptance is a tremendous thing, as well as is your attention, but if you will give your attention earnestly to your presence, you will receive individually all the manifestation you require, peacefully, gently, and in small ways. Then surely will come forth the great manifestations which will clear forever all doubt from your being. So, dear ones, I want you today to feel that you are no longer bound in any way. Do not fail ever, dear ones, before you retire at night, please, I plead with you, call on the law of forgiveness for any mistakes you have ever made, whether you know of them or not makes no difference. Then say, Mighty I Am Presence, charge my world with your wondrous perfection. While this body sleeps, through my higher mental body pour forth such mighty rays and radiance of light into my world, that every human creation and discordant thing there is dissolved forever. Precious ones, you do not yet have but a fragmentary realization of what you could do. You are really God beings and, once you really feel that, can experience your full freedom. Now we are going to take up more definitely how, during sleep, you can charge your higher mental body to act, or charge your presence, to act through your higher mental body, to cleanse, purify, and set things in order in your world, in your home, or wherever it is necessary. Do you not see, precious ones, that while your body sleeps there are no doubts, fears, or resistance acting within your human self? 120. When you charge your presence, through your higher mental body, to act while your body sleeps, oftentimes you will awaken in the morning with a perfect glory blazing through you during the day and flowing out into your world. You must see, precious ones, that the only obstruction that exists in your world today is in your waking state, through your feeling, accumulated feeling which we call human creation. Now then, do you not see, dear ones, step by step we find you ready to take hold of your dominion with a firmer grasp, in the acknowledgement of your presence? Soon, precious ones, you must be wholly free from everything that binds you, even in the world of human activity. After all, as the dissolving of your human takes place, you act in a world no longer human, but divine, and that divine activity will become your world of action in the years ahead of you. When the fullness of the golden age has come in, then you will no longer be acting through the human but only the divine in you, which is your mighty I Am Presence. Now notice, why do I call your attention to this higher activity today? Because the heart in your human body represents your mighty I Am Presence in action right here, the same as America is the heart of the world, the earth. So your heart is the anchorage and activity of your mighty I Am Presence, right here in your physical form. Now let us feel this very powerfully, and no longer accept that any other power can act but the light right here from your mighty I Am Presence. Students have so often asked, when contemplating old terminology, why is it so necessary not to mix this with other teaching? This is why I said to you, dear hearts, who have studied occult and various forms of metaphysics, to put aside everything else you ever studied. Please do not intrude old terminology into this. Just take this in the simplicity and the clearness with which Saint Germain has brought it forth, and know that right here is my mighty I Am Presence in action, right here. Then do you not see the feeling of health, perfecting of conditions, or anything you require is right here in your heart, ready to act and produce that which you require? If you will think of it in that way, you will see how much more powerful it is. While it is true that the greater part of your mighty I Am Presence is above you, yet this part of you is anchored right here in your heart, and as you give attention to it, this part expands until in one sweep all can be dissolved which has been limiting or discordant. Do not limit your ability to call your presence into action with such intensity that all things are quickly dissolved which are less than perfection. Seal the 128 Ascended Mind. Reason I am saying this today is that so many times the students write the messengers and say, well, I know what you are going to tell me, but I do not quite feel I have the ability you have to call the presence into action. Well, that really is not the case. You do have the ability, only you just do not think so, you see? As long as you put it off for somebody else to call your presence into action, just that much longer you are depriving yourself of the quick freedom you would have in your own determined call to the presence. Now notice, precious ones. Your determination is the activity of the inner will of the mighty I Am Presence. Therefore in your call you do not have to tear your hair out, you know, but call with firm determination, and accept in your feelings that your mighty I Am Presence answers this right now. In a little while you will gain such victory and confidence that every time you make a call, within a few hours, a day or two, the answer will be there. We have the proof of it constantly. In the activity of the messenger here, it has been so very marked. Oh, I assure you, he was more timid than most of you. When this transformation has taken place in his life, then there is not one of you that cannot have equally as great accomplishment, but remember his willing, absolute willing obedience has been the great and quick victory for him. Notice, precious ones, you know how mankind does overlook things. The great divine director, Jesus, and Saint Germain have asked the students to live according to the group regulations. Yet again, and again, they come back and say, well, I wonder if I could not do this. Notice the obedience of this good messenger. He never questions. When they ask him to do a certain thing, he forgets everything else and does the thing they require. If the beloved students would just do that joyously and willingly, they would see such manifestations, but as long as they want to intrude their own ideas, they are not obedient. They do not always know this, and it is not criticism, but we must explain it in the endeavor to correct the feeling which is acting within some individuals. Now, Saint Germain's work explains itself absolutely. Yet individuals feel that they can add to it and give a clearer explanation. It is a funny thing, is it not? They are perfectly sincere, but it is the habit of the human to feel that it understands a little better than the other fellow and can give a little clearer explanation. You see? Well, sometimes it does seem to be so, but after all, dear hearts, you cannot live the life of the other individual. Make them do some work. You know the human always wants to lie down on the job and let George do it, but you will find, precious ones, you cannot do that. When you come to a certain point, you must buckle on your 130 Ascended Master Discourses armor and get busy in your application. Then you will quickly be free. My joy is so great for this opportunity of speaking to you heart to heart, for these are, oh, so real, how real, precious ones, are these heart-to-heart talks. Only in time to come will you realize how truly they are heart-to-heart talks, because my heart is acting within yours while you are here today. Oh, is it not a wonderful thing to feel the heartthrob of your blessed hearts? Notice, the hearts of the mighty I Am Presence. That heart in you is not yours. Did you ever think about that? It is the heart of your mighty I Am Presence. Yet some of you think you have heart trouble. Is it not comical what the human will do? Now in the future, I know every precious one of you will never again think of yourself, your outer self, that you do not think of your heart as the heart of the mighty I Am Presence. That is true, absolutely true. It is not your heart. I mean that. You think it belongs to you, but it is that which gives you life and therefore belongs to the presence. Now then, watch out here. We are getting down now to definite things. You accept that this is the heart of your mighty I Am Presence. Then let us go a little farther. Within are the points of light in every cell of your body which have to come from the heart. Then that also belongs to your mighty I Am Presence, does it not? Now look out then, what is there left that does not belong to your presence? Just this covering with which you have clothed those points of light, the cells of your body. You do not quite yet realize it, but those cells of your body would respond to you instantly if you would only realize it. They would absolutely obey you as quick as a flash if you only had the confidence that they would do it. It is because you have so long forgotten you are master of your body, that the cells say, oh, I have got something to say about this. But they really have not, they are just putting it over on you, they are running a bluff on you. You notice, I am getting very like you in my expressions, but I want you to feel how close we are to you. Do you think it any disgrace if we use your expressions? If you do, why can we not? I want you to feel we are not far off, for we are going to make you feel that we are the reality before we get through. I rejoice today to see in your hearts the wonderful acceptance of our reality, more and still more than has ever been there before, and you know what that means. It means more and more quickly you go forth into absolute freedom from all limitations of every kind. Oh, just feel now as I draw, or cause the messenger to draw, his hand over his body. Will you just feel this now? Let me give you this assistance, will you not? 132 Ascended. Mighty I am present, sweep out of everyone every limiting discordant thing. Consume it in the violet consuming flame this instant. And set each one free in the clear comprehension and feeling of his own. Mighty I am presence as the only activity within his human form or world. Again, mighty I am presence. Sweep out of these human forms every limiting, discordant thing. Quickly dissolve and consume all discord in the violet consuming flame. Mighty I am presence, sweep through each human form. Sweep out every imperfection and every limitation that is within each one's consciousness. Replace this by the Ascended Master's substance and intelligence to act there with full power henceforth, to produce quickly the mighty manifestations of the mighty I am present when called into action. Hold thy dominion in the feeling world and give everyone this mighty confidence in their mighty I am presence, its full power and ability to do everything they ask it to do which is constructive. No student of the I am would ask his presence to do anything that was not constructive, and if they do, the presence would not do it. Therefore, when we call the presence into action, we take it for granted that all want only constructive activity. Therefore, we bring into action today this activity of the mighty I am presence released within the heart of the individual, to expand throughout the body quickly, expand throughout the home and world of activity, and to take command and hold its dominion there. Will you, everyone, accept that and feel it henceforth all-powerfully active? I extend to you the greetings of the great host of Ascended Masters, the mighty Legion of Light, the great angelic host, the great angel Devas, gods of the mountains, the god of gold, and the god of light. In every age wherein great perfection has reigned, gold has been in generous use because it is pure, life-giving energy. Again, mankind will come to use it freely in beautifying and decorating their buildings and homes. Today let us accept forever all that is required, whether it be money, confidence, courage, happiness, whatever it may be. Let us accept the fullness of the mighty I am presence, flooding our world with it. It is for the use of all, beloved ones. You cannot be limited in the acknowledgement of your presence, whether it be money you require, courage, confidence, life, health, or strength, it is there. Think of it. Does that sound like a paradox? In your heart is all the gold you require for use. Do you realize, precious ones, there are 3 activities of gold? The metallic gold that you find in the earth, the liquefied gold that has often been used in a very wondrous manner in those former days of perfection, and then the essence of gold which is your 134 Ascended Master Discourses. Life. I venture, earnest as you are, perhaps not a single one of you has realized when we ask you to flood yourself with the golden light, that it is the essence from which metallic gold comes. Think of it. Think of it. You are using gold in its 3 activities, and then mankind will take each other's lives for a few dollars of gold, when they are filled with it all the time. Perhaps these individuals have not quite so much of it, but still they have some. I rejoice, precious ones, that you go forth different beings today, glorified with so much greater courage and confidence in your application, in your ability, in your feeling that every limitation is absolutely gone down before you. And your pathway is one of wondrous light in which there is no human obstruction. Will you not feel that and picture it before you? If there is any shadow attempts to come into that light, say, oh, no you don't, you are finished. I walk in this pathway of my mighty I am presence, and there is no human creation of mine or anybody else's that is going to enter into that again. Use your determination again. Will you not do that for me? For yourself? My joy is boundless for this humble service which it has been my privilege to render today. Carry it with you always into your full victory. Then one day when we meet in that great octave of light, you, free ascended beings, then I shall shake your hand and welcome you there. Until then, we shall often hold your hand in the closing pilgrimage upon earth for you, and give you, through our radiation, that freedom, courage, and confidence of your victory, for God, the mighty I Am presence in you, is your certain victory always. I thank you.